Hey you guys, Blessed White Joe here, and I'm here with the man Kobe Short. What'd you do today?
Placed top 8 at our little free case tournament,
Yes,
celebrating
sir.
our store's 2-year anniversary.
Yes, sir.
Played the best deck of all time.
Oh my God, is that an orcust card?
Yeah, it's a bunch of them.
Holy shit! All right, let's get right into it. Any shout outs first?
Shout out to Pandemonium Gaming, new sponsor. Shout out to everyone in Lafayette. Everyone that helped me play games with this deck. No one really helped theory with it because who really can?
Right.
But,
it's one of those
yeah.
type of decks.
Yeah.
Top 8 with Orcust Eldlich. Oh my God.
Okay, so get into the Orcust cards. We got 3 Girsu, 2 Nightmare, a Skeleton, and a Wand.
Can I ask why you didn't play Brass?
Because you don't ever want to see Orcust cards that aren't this one.
Oh, okay.
And you don't play the monster count to play Brass. If you played 3 of these and 2 of these, then yeah, you can get away with it because more than likely you're gonna open one of these cards and then he can send Brass to summon it out of the hand.
Mm-hmm.
And Brass getting banishing itself to give you an extra shuffle back off of Galatea actually does matter a little bit, but not so much in this deck. You play for turn 5, turn 6 with this deck instead of turn
1, turn 2. Okay,
everything.
for sure.
Yeah. It's really light because you just want to see this card as often as you can.
Oh, so 7 monsters for the Orcust engine.
Yeah, and then the last 2 monsters in the deck were 2 Golden Lords.
Golden Lord. Yeah.
Really, if you got the balls for it, just play 1. But the shit all deck, banishing it, and people just Call by the Grief.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ariel's a pretty big card in the format alongside Call Boss. I think 2 is correct. I think you were correct playing 2.
It came up a lot too because going second, you had 5 copies of this card to start breaking boards.
Yeah,
you play Eldlin.
Exactly.
Spell cards, 3 Eldlin. This is the best spell card probably in the game right now. This card's ridiculous. They just have to respect it. And if this card ever gets negated, by an Ash Blossom, anything soft, you're just so far ahead because now you're not even 1-for-1ing with them. This is just staying on the board.
Yep.
Then 3 Droplets. This is the best go second card for this deck because you could also just send your Orcust cards, and you play trap cards, so you could send trap cards so they can't stop this.
Yeah, a lot of people are main decking Dark Ruler today, but your deck is just Droplet's just 1,000.
Yeah, Dark Ruler doesn't do anything for this deck. Droplets at least helps you kind of go about your plays.
Yeah, you can kill them through Droplets too because you play Orcust cards.
3 Prosperity. You just need this card. You could play Extrav if you play multiple dings in your extra deck. But you just never want to banish all your Galateas because then you probably just can't win the game. But this card is really good. Always dig 6 to get Girsu. Other than that, no complaints.
Always digging 6?
Always digging 6. So if your hand's weak, but any starter card gets you there, then you dig 3 because you never want them to ash that. Or if your hand's really, really strong, you start with this for 6 and you hope they would ash it, and then you just play your normal hand.
Right.
This card really utility.
Prosperity is the nuts.
Yeah. 2 Book of Moon. I just had 2 extra spots in the deck, and I kind of wanted something going second and going first, universally good. And this card's just really good against Dragon, good against its outing window, anything like that. It's just very versatile. And then 2 Orcust spells. Honestly, you could probably just cut this card. You only ever set this up against Dino and Eldlich, just because Ding in that matchup is more important than Crescendo. And you only ever do this if your hand is either strong enough that any 2 cards you draw is good, or you already open Crescendo.
Okay.
Priority wise, you go Crescendo first, then Return, then Babel.
Okay, so Babel's the last one.
Yeah. If you open it, you open it. Eldlich cards, standard 9. A lot of people play 2 of this one, but this is probably the best one because he has the highest stats. He's past turn 1, this card has more utility than this one.
100%.
Because everyone just starts grinding from the graveyard and just getting rid of Brotards and stuff like that. This card's really important.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the correct number.
Yeah. And then your bomb traps.
Yes, sir.
You have about 8 spots that you can dedicate to either utility cards, bomb cards, whatever you want. And I figured these were the most impactful for game 1. Especially Torrential. This card was crazy.
Over like hand traps and
This deck can't play hand traps. It's still Orcust in 2021, so like your engine is generally worse than everyone else's that you play against. So you can't just like hand trap them once and then hope like if they stop your play on the next turn, then your hand trap didn't do anything. Whereas your trap card, like, these are getting rid of cards. And you can draw them going second. Now, trap cards are actually just playable going second for once.
Yes, sir.
So I think this is the perfect time to play these cards.
It's because, like, no one's putting lethal on board turn 1.
No.
Like,
even Bird Up, like...
Yeah, like I was playing Bird Up today. And, like, my deck will probably be on my channel later on today. But, like, even my turn 1, my best turn 1 today, off of 2 cards, so I ended Apollosa for 2, Double Lords, Samorg, with Bird Statue and a Link Karibo on board, and that's just like not 8,000.
No, especially if they actually try and play and then you have to opt.
Yeah, exactly. If they actually just try to play and they don't scoop, like my Avian has to resolve for me to kill them the next turn.
Yep. And then the last card in the deck, this is hands down the best card in the deck, and it's not even remotely close.
3 Crescendo? Oh my god, why 3 Crescendo? Can you please explain this?
You might be wondering, like, what is the interaction with these cards and the Orcust cards? Why are you playing all these? So there's some cool stuff with the extra deck that you can do, but easily the best interaction is opening this is full combo, because it searches this, and then you can send these to the grave to send this to the grave, getting you Hakero or whatever you want, so you can get Golden Lord back on the next turn. But Crescendo's grave effect in this deck, you banish it and then you search Girsu.
Oh, that's nuts. So you open first turn Lord, Girsu, trap setup, and grave.
Yeah, and then you just set up Crescendos for every turn in the game. Ideally, you don't want to have to start with this, but like, it's still a starter card and you can't really complain about it.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you can Crescendo them every turn of the game, why not?
Yeah, I was gonna say you should be winning if you're Crescendoing 3 turns back to back.
Yeah. So that's main deck, 40 card total.
40 cards for sure.
You can't play any more in this deck.
Yeah.
You can't play Upstart because of Prosperity.
Yeah, it seems like you don't want to get draw anything clunky. And yeah, Upstart Prosperity. You don't want any cards that conflict.
Also, like, hand traps really just suck against this deck too. The only one that's like really the most impactful is Imperm. You can get Ash, that's fine. You still get to Galatea if they Ash this. And that's all you ever really need. You just need it on the board. Lancia doesn't even do anything because like you just have the Orcust cards for future turns and you're playing trap cards against them. Just Imperm's the most impactful because him getting like absolutely negated means like every Orcust card you draw after that isn't him is probably just unplayable.
Yes, sir.
But no one plays Imperm, that card sucks.
All right, exactly.
We got the Girsu tokens.
Ooh, gassy.
2 link ones. This is just for whenever you end on a Eldlich trap and you need to make Galatea with it, you just turn it into Link Spider so you can make Galatea.
Okay.
And then Link Karibo for the Girsu tokens.
Okay.
3 Galatea. This is... I normally Prosperity one of these out every time, but you still want 3 in the deck for the times you do have to make 3.
Right.
I can show you the Prosperity targets for this too,
yeah, for sure.
It actually does matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'd appreciate that. I'm pretty sure people will have that question in the comment section.
Vampire Sucker. So
yeah, please explain that.
Yeah, so you end on like a lot of times you're just putting up cards, and like negating a lot of stuff on your opponent's turn. This deck interacts very well with the meta, and a lot of times you do get to they pass back to you with this on your board. So then you make this. And it comes up a lot against Zoo, so you would summon their Zoo Exceed to their board. It's a zombie now, so she triggers and then you draw a card. And then you can go normal Girsu, activate effect, send your whatever Orcust card you want, it doesn't really matter. Turn these into a Galatea. Galatea swing into the Zoo Exceed. And they can't even Whiptail because now it's a, I'm pretty sure Whiptail says like Beast Warrior monster.
Yeah.
So they can't even Whiptail it, so your Galatea is safe to kill the Zoo. And since it was an Exceed monster, then you can main phase 2, you can Zeus them after
Oh, that's nutty.
Yeah, and you drew a card off of it.
Yeah, that's nutty.
So yeah, this card was kind of cool. I summoned it once and it got blown up.
That's like your Predaplant Cobra.
Yep. IP. Never summoned this card. You could probably cut it. I banish it off Prosperity every single game.
Okay.
Phoenix and Unicorn, standard. Barricade board. This is probably like the second to third most important card in your extra deck, because you can make him with any 2 monsters. So you can use the Eldlich cards, and he's a discard fodder, so he gets rid of these from your hand.
Okay.
And he also has a utility. He can add back this.
Oh yeah, that's nutty.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty nutty.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about playing more than one?
More than one of this? No. I mean, you could instead of IP, but like the diversity for it.
Yes,
is
sir.
just
Yes,
a little
sir.
bit
Yes,
important.
sir.
I don't banish him very often off Prosperity
Yeah, it
unless the
seems
game save won't
important.
be needed.
Yeah.
Long Gearsu, he's a cool utility card. He's an orcust that you can link up into instead of Galatea. That also gives you different arrows than Galatea, so then Galatea can point here. You set up Babel, and now you have like 3 sends. Just a lot of zone placement.
For sure.
Access. This was the bomb of choice instead of Borosor because this card like breaks boards.
Yes, sir. I chose that as well.
Yeah. 2 ding. I thought about playing 3. I do banish 1 quite a bit, but this card's really, really, really impactful. And Zeus. This card's ridiculous.
You Zeused a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are crazy. They just like Gearsu Resolve, and I'm like, okay, oh yeah, bet.
That's Zeus.
I'll just do this. I'll summon this effect, send something. Oh, you negate it. Cool. Blow up your board.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Like,
Side decking.
side deck's kind of, I guess, spicy, kind of. So you got there. You got the border.
Inspector border.
Yeah.
Why Inspector border? Don't it seems like you need your normal summon for Grisu.
Yeah. So funny story. You side out exactly this when you put in border. Because you want the exact same monster count to be played.
Okay.
And then, like, this card just... He's too impactful of a normal summon not to
Right,
really
okay.
play him in
I
this
understand
deck.
that.
And if you ever have to conflict on this, like, you just look at your hand. If you can tell, like, your hand's playing through cards, then you do this. Really cool play I did was where I summoned Gearsu, did my whole orcust stuff, but I started my turn by skeleton this back.
Yeah.
I didn't normal yet. I cleared this entire board, and then I used return to send the ding to the grave, and then I normaled this at the end of my turn after he had no cards.
So you cleared your own board
Yeah.
and just normal border. That's hilarious.
This card was crazy. Border's cool. You don't really side going second with this deck.
Okay.
Your deck's very good at going second. Go second cards. I just want to play this card.
Yes, sir.
Like, that's the only reason I'm playing something like this.
Yes, sir.
I don't play Duster or anything like that. It's not really needed.
Right.
Order because trap cards.
Yep.
2 needle sealing because you want 5 board wipe traps going second into the dragon board because you want to see 2 of these or like combination of that, droplet. You just want to be able to actually play through the board. And then triple judgment, trap cards again.
Yes, sir.
Like best card in the side deck.
Yeah, trap cards are wild right now.
Yeah, and then there can be only one.
Tickaboo, tickaboo.
Yeah, so this deck doesn't really care about getting locked into this because you play a bunch of different engines. So Gearsu, and then like you can also do all the zombie stuff, link them away into like Phoenix, so then you can still summon zombie and orcust cards again.
I was gonna ask a dumb question. I was gonna say, was there ever a time you were stuck up with the trap on board, but now you just turned it to Link Spider?
Also, you could just if this is on the board and it's actually causing you a problem, you could just send it with the Lord.
Yeah, facts.
And play your
100%. Yes, sir. That's really good.
But yeah, that was it.
Have you ever thought about summon limit?
Yeah, you could play Summon Limit. You can almost play any floodgate in this deck. you just can't play obvious like graveyard stuff.
Yeah, you can
that,
play
Soul
like skill drain, but you can't play soul. Yeah, for sure.
Skill drain's really good in this deck.
For sure. Yeah, skill drain's kind of cracked.
It was just I wanted a bunch of cards like good going second. Summon limit, you can't draw it into an open board.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, take a boot cracks the board.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Kobe. Well, thank you for the deck, bro. It seems really spicy.
sir.
I've been trying to get a deck from you on the channel for a while now. Can't get a deck from my own teammate, y'all. You hate to see it. Much love. Appreciate you for the deck.
Yes,
Great
sir.
job getting top 8. Hopefully, a lot of people enjoy the deck. See you next time.
Appreciate.